Alright, so here is the Borg cube. Okay, guys? I didn't watch Star Trek when I was a kid very much, but that to me looks like the Borg cube, you know? Like, it's time to assimilate you, like the Borg does, because in cellular reality, we just come from a higher level of cell, okay? Like when I started with this, let's just say that before Genesis, when we're talking dots and lines, which are the makings of this, we made a simpler cell and it has evolved to a more complicated cell. Now I have depicted rotation in X, Y, and Z axes now, because that's all the parts I have for, okay? Now, these stationary bits are going to be your solenoids, which are going to be 36 spun wound coils of copper, which are wired together in some configuration that a book is going to tell me what it is. Or maybe somebody from their face, maybe Gerard Morin, because this is pretty much what he does, okay? And when you look inside of heaven, I know you guys don't like me to use the term heaven. I know. The spiritually dead don't enjoy it when you use the term heaven. But what you see here is essentially, okay, let me get that in the light more maybe, if I can. There. So there's your X, Y, and Z, okay? Now we have to imagine now, we have to use our imagination, I know, that at the end of every shaft will be a magnet. So when it's positioned, you know, and like I'm saying, all the way wrapped around here, and here, and here, on the inside, facing the middle, is all going to be a bunch of magnets, okay? And you're going to have 6 axles, all converging in the center, okay? Now, again, when you put the wall for the side on with the solenoid, that should amplify the rotation, okay? So let's look at a parts list, guys. So here's your parts list, okay? So Central Heaven is going to consist of 32 magnets, okay, because I already covered that, because you can't have magnets here, you can't have magnets at the nodes, okay? The nodes are reserved for axles to go through to hold another magnet. So that's kind of like where your 36 comes from, because you're going to have 4 in every plane. Again, your XY plane has 1, 2, 3, 4. Your YZ plane is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. And then your other plane is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, always going to have 4. The 32 plus 4 is 36. Okay, so what's going to happen then is it's going to rotate the axle. The axle is going to rotate the wheel. The wheel is going to have a solenoid submerged in it. And then on either side of the solenoid will be another wheel here and wheel here, where the inside is going to be lined with magnets. Now, I have shown you the Central Heaven is going to be 32 magnets times 3 because there's an X, Y, Z axis. So you're going to have 96 magnets total. Look at that, guys. Now, this is the way they're going to be orchestrated inside of heaven, okay? Along all the axles, leaving 6 spaces, along all the axes, leaving 6 spaces for the axles. The axles at the end will have a magnet welded to it somehow. Now your wheels are going to be basically, you're going to have an outer wheel which will be bigger, and you're going to have an inner wheel which would be smaller. And I still think it's important to have 36 magnets going around. So you're going to have just different shapes of magnets. Totaling, by the end of it, when it's all said and done, 216 magnets of this and this. And then your solenoids. Now I'm going off 3 spools of wire here because I got 36 solenoids I want to create. I think you have to make 12 using 3 spools of wire, okay? So, and you're going to need sensors, okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4 quadrants, which are whatever wire configurations you need to stick in between the solenoids, okay? So it's essentially 6 groups of 12 solenoids, or 72 times 3 for 216 total solenoids. Makes sense, right? You need 36 of these, you need 36 of these, right? All equals 200. Look at that. Right at the end, you have 534 magnets total to make every axis working. Okay? Now that's interesting. 534. You know? 3 makes 4 makes 5, guys. So, I don't know. Out of everything I've done up to now, yeah, there's been some fun times. We've shared some crazy. We had some laughs. We didn't have laughs. I've made people upset. Apparently, all of this research and all of this has only led to one thing, and that has been negative aspects of reality for Kevin. Okay? So, like, for everyone who thinks that I'm trying to deceive, or if I'm seeming like I don't know what I'm talking about based on, like, pseudoscience math and stuff, get real, guys, okay? Like, I knowingly make my life shittier by trying to solve this riddle. And I think I have taken a very large step in that recently, where I am able to depict a solution for what I believe to be free energy. Now, this is a toy, this is a model. I mean, I would love to get in contact with Carleton Engineering. I would love to get in contact with somebody from industrial design who can make components and fabricate models using, they have like big things where they can like fabricate one-piece plastic molds of stuff. You know, we can get something really awesome. I mean, again, it's all about foundation, right? Euclid's 47th problem, establishing a square, solid foundation, because once you have a square, you can put a circle in it. And once that's square, you can make a square and then put a circle in that. And then you can make a square and then put a circle in that. Okay? And once you have the 3 squared circles, there you have your frame, the start of your square frame. And then you have to build your box to contain that, and then one at a time, build your different energy generators. They're called generators, okay? Now, you can do your own research into these principles. I'm going to have to do some reading. I'm not going to make any more videos. This is stupid. But that's the idea, guys. That's what it all comes down to. Everything I've ever done, whatever. Like, I don't give a shit. People are actually using this data against me to character assassinate me and keep my children from me. Well, you know what? Here's another piece of data for you. Okay? I have no ill will against anyone. Okay? I'm going through some stressful times right now. That's for sure. What does Popeye say? I've taken enough and I can't stand no more. Okay? I'm gonna fight for my right. I use YouTube to put my ideas out there to the world. Isn't that what YouTube is for? Freedom of expression of speech. Now, apparently some don't have a taste for my speech. I have nothing against them for that. But why should the judgment of others negatively impact my life? I could believe anything I want to believe, guys. I'm allowed. My faith is mine. I like to share the synchronicities. I like to share what I have learned in my study of gematria, in my study of just basic concepts that have been floating around my head forever. Like, why did I go to school? And I actually thought that in class and go like, wow, electromagnetism class. Why can't we use magnetism to create energy? Like, why can't we rotate something with magnetism? I actually thought about that in school. I never thought anything of asking a question, because I figured if it could be done, it'd be already done by now. Okay? So, I mean no harm to anyone. Okay? I'm not mentally ill. I do have strong opinions. And I'm allowed my freedom of speech. Unless someone can show me that what I'm doing here on YouTube is not allowed. You know, prove me wrong. I mean, not prove me wrong. Go out and prove yourself right. You know? I don't know why we should be now working together in a forward direction. I finally... There. I don't need software to model this. Maybe it'd be amazing to model. Like, somebody can just decide to model this. Something like that. You know? I don't know. Make it work. Like I said, junkyard wars. So, you know, I'm trying to, like, help the only way I know how. And if something bad's gonna happen to me because of that, then so be it. I'm not hurting anyone. It's never been my intention. So, maybe one day we'll all get along, but if you want to make money, guys, I don't know, it's a race. If you can make this, I don't see how you can't make money. If you're hurting for money, seriously consider this idea. So, you know, unless I make a compilation of movies and randomness to support this, which really don't feel like I need to anymore. I'm done. I gotta make some calls. I gotta get in touch with some people, maybe from my past, who can help me with where I'm stuck. Okay, like I said, this is an engineering project now. I can't do this alone. I need people. And I know some good guys from my past who I should definitely bounce this idea off of. So, have a good one. I mean, you're not going to share this, so just keep it to yourself, and, you know, tomorrow's another day. Cheers.